I've got something you want.
Yeah, 250 grand.
And your mother.
You leave her out of this cover.
Now listen, Lo. If anything happens to those women, she'll be up for aiding and abetting, accessory to kidnap and murder. Think about it, Lo. She'll die in prison.
You bastard, Wilson!
All I know is Renault and Morris are not about.
Well, it's not fair. They should tell us.
Oh, they don't trust us. Scared of what we might do.
Well, the press must know about it, otherwise they wouldn't have taken our television or radios away, would they?
Would it have something to do with whoever's in isolation?
No, I doubt it. All the cops are in administration. There was no one guarding the steps to isolation when I came past. Wish to bloody hell we could find out what's going on.
Come on, get inside.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Get out of here!
Get out, Warren.
Hey, who's the spy?
Just a workman.
Why did it blow?
I don't know.
Maybe he unhooked it. Maybe he did something. Maybe it's safe.
Don't move!
That's where I think it is. He didn't have time to unhook it. We just can't take the risk.
Oh, it's so cold.
I know.
Why doesn't he say something? Where is he?
Whatever that was, I think he's hurt himself. Oh, I hope so.
Why did he come back?
He said something about his mother. Maybe. I hope it's not just wishful thinking. Maybe the police are onto him.
Oh, then they'll find us soon.
There's a chance.
It'll be all right then. All we have to do is just sit tight, and they'll find us.
We'll wait. For a little while. So I made up some story about the boy being a workman. She obviously didn't believe me.
I was afraid something like this might happen.
So was I, so don't go blaming me. How the hell was I to know
Oh, for
that kid...
heaven's sake, Joan, I need your help, not an argument. It's bad enough having this murder investigation on our hands. What do we do now?
We? It's not my decision to make. You're the governor.
Well, thank you for reminding me. In that case, I think we should tell the women the truth and trust to their common sense. You obviously don't agree.
I thought you wanted help. You honestly don't expect any cooperation from that lot?
Yes, I do. Considering they've had all their privileges suspended without any explanation, I think they've behaved very well, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Aside from murdering the occasional visiting justice, they've been wonderful.
All right. That's enough. Look, I didn't ask for this job, and to be honest, I'm not sure I'm the best person for it. But I am the governor, and I've got enough on my plate without listening to all this rubbish. So if you're not going to help me, keep out of my way. Now, I suggest we tell the women.
And it really killed my hand, but I didn't mind, because I would never have seen him if I hadn't had to go...
Rabbit, slow down. Seen who?
The guy in the examining room in uniform. Oh, what a spunk, I'm here to tell you.
And you bumped your head. It could have been a cop.
Oh, come on.
Well, you said he was in uniform.
A bloody Woodridge uniform. And isolation must be packed with them because of all the food Ray's sending up there. And I'll tell you something else. Every time I mention Mrs. M and Renault, he almost burst into tears. You want to know what I reckon? I reckon they're up there in isolation with all them guys.
Oh, come on, Marlene. Pull the other one.
No, it's true. What would they be doing there?
Place is full of men, dummy. What do you think?
Mrs. Reynolds and Mrs. Morris are ladies. They wouldn't do that. I don't think there were men in isolation.
Well, ladies, as you probably know, I'm to be acting as governor while Mrs. Reynolds is away. Now, those of you who have yet to be interviewed by Inspector Grace will probably be questioned by him during the day.
And?
And, I expect Marlene has already told you that we have some, well, unusual guests upstairs.
What did I tell you?
The department has sent us 3 prisoners from Woodridge. Now, the men are to be kept in isolation for protective custody.
Give me half a chance, I'll protect their custody. Joke, Joyce. Oh, that's enough, Warren. How long are they expected to be here?
I don't know. That's up to the department. But don't worry, it won't change anything here. You'll probably never even get to see them.
Bugger.
Oh, sorry, Bobby. Well, ladies, I'll let you get back to your work.
Thanks, Mrs. B.
OK, Warren. Since you're well enough to carry towels to your mates, get back to your kitchen duties.
Oh, Miss Ferguson, I've only got one hand.
All right, Mason, Mitchell, kitchen duty. And your tubby friend here can find something to do that requires only one hand and one big mouth. Come on, you two, out.
I don't think she likes me.
You all right, mate?
Bit crook, Jeff.
Tell him how you let the cat out of the bag, Sonny. Old prison knows you're here by now. You know what that means, don't you?
You'd like that, wouldn't you, Spud?
Kid's a gutless wonder. Little poofter like that deserves all he gets.
Gutless wonder, eh, Murphy? This kid took a beating you'll never forget, yet I never heard him complain, not once. You reckon you could say the same?
You got a big mouth, McRae. About time somebody shut it for you.
You're welcome to try, Spud. Wouldn't be the first time.
Fight, you bastards. I hate peace.
Don't worry, Burke. You won't be getting much from now on.
Look, you hate our guts and it's mutual, but don't blame the kid for what happened. Sooner or later, someone was going to find out, so let's just drop it.
Maybe they won't keep us locked up in here now. Wouldn't mind a bit of fresh air every now and again.
Still missing the country, are you, Sonny?
All we need is a little exercise.
Well, why don't we just send you back to Woodridge? Sure, the boys there will give you plenty of exercise if they get their hands on you.
They wouldn't send us back there, would they, Jeff?
No, mate. Of course not.
Anne? I'm sorry, my arm went to sleep.
The police, are they here yet?
There are no police, Meg. If they were coming, they'd have been here a long time ago.
When was the last time we heard him?
3/4, maybe an hour ago. That was a big crash. Something must have happened to him. Come on.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
No one's coming to get us, Meg. No one even knows we're here. If we want to live, we have to get out, and we have to do it ourselves. Do you understand?
I can't. I want to, but I can't.
All right, you stay here and rest. I have to find that mechanism.
And the wires. Please be careful. No, don't! I thought it was wires.
We were both wrong, weren't we? It's all right. It's dark out here, but I can see a man.
What is it? What is it? Help me, Meg! Why? I can't believe it. Oh, he didn't wire the door. He didn't have to. He wired the doorway instead. I'm sorry, Anne. I don't know what made me laugh. I just can't.
It's all right, Meg. I'm clear. We're going to make it. We're going to get out of this place. For
God's sake, Anne, don't humour me. We're gonna die in this filthy hole. We haven't got a chance.
Keep thinking like that and we will die. You can give up if you like, but I'm going to get out and I can do it with or without your help. It's up to you.
Any more on the blokes upstairs?
Desmond's making a lot of noise, but she's just going around in circles.
What do you reckon, though? Could be good for a laugh, eh?
Could be good for a lot of things, if you're still around to see him.
What's that supposed to mean?
I just reckon you're pretty stupid wandering around on your own. Whoever killed Sarah Higgins could be just around the next corner. Unless, of course, you're pretty sure you're safe.
Hang on. You're saying I killed Higgins?
You saying you didn't?
Bugger me. I thought you did it.
Well, you were the one sounding off about killing the bitch.
Yeah, that's right. So it'd be bloody silly to go and do it, wouldn't I? Anyway, you could put everyone's name in a hat and draw a winner. They all wanted her dead.
Let's just hope the cops don't jump to the same conclusions we did.
You can't pin it on me. I didn't do it.
Pretty interesting, though, eh?
What?
We didn't do it. Who did?
I'm sure I'm going to have nightmares about it for ages. I mean, she wasn't a nice person, but she didn't deserve to die like that. Who do you think did it?
I don't know and I don't care. Right now there's bigger fish to fry.
Fish? I thought we were having shepherd's pie for lunch. Oh, you mean up there?
Is there anything extra you want to put on this note?
Oh, I don't know, Bobby. I don't think we should be writing that note. I mean, it's awfully forward.
Dixie, we never get any bloody excitement around here. Now there's 3 blokes up there. One for me, one for you, one left over for a spare, and you want to chicken out.
I'm not chicken.
No, we're not having chicken today. Heaven knows, I'm doing the best I can. You two, please do some work here.
Jeez, what's wrong with everybody? He's got the bloody miseries, and now you hate fellas.
I do not. It's just that I don't want to get married anymore, so what's the point in being interested?
Who said anything about bloody getting married? You can't be friends with a bloke, you know.
Friends? With a man? Oh, no, Bobby, I don't think that'll ever catch on.
Here goes. How does it look?
Oh, very artistic, but food is for eating, not for playing with.
Jeez, what's wrong with you? Anyone would think someone had died or something.
You think it's funny to be dead, don't you? Well, I don't think so. It's bad enough to think that poor Mrs. Reynolds and Mrs. Morris are kidnapped by a lunatic. But when you make jokes about death just after that dear boy Philip has been murdered, no, I won't have it.
And I reckon if we holler loud enough, they gotta let them blokes out, don't you?
Oh, let's face it, men are a pretty scarce commodity
I reckon
around
they
here.
can keep 3 blokes away from 40 women. Well, it's not you, actually. It's Bobby. I have to know. Where was she last night?
Well, how do you mean? She was in...
You get more than that if you play your cards.
Murray, you don't think Bobby... She was with me the whole time.
Good, I thought so. I'm sorry, love, but I had to ask.
Suppose.
You are out of your mind if you think that they're
She's on the top of the list.
Those guys. For God's sake, they're prisoners.
Yeah, well, they let us mix with the guys at Woodridge, didn't they?
Yeah, and that was a bloody disaster, wasn't it?
This is different. They're on our territory now. No, Jude's right. It'll only mean trouble. Besides, we don't know what they're in for. So what? You and your fat friend are in for murder, so what's the diff?
The difference is that if you don't shut up, I'm going to rearrange your case.
Drop it, love. She's got a point. Anyway, we're not the only murderers here. In fact, someone's still doing it. If you all get my meaning.
Why? Oh, thank God.
What the hell's going on?
Mitchell, she's off her head. Hurry.
Bloody hell.
He shouldn't have left me. Everybody leaves me. Stan, Gas, Mr. Crookshank, Mr. Manning. Everybody leaves me.
Please help her.
Easy now, kid. Put the knife down, eh?
Come near me, you bastard. Bill was worth $1 million to you and the freak. Why? Why did he have to die? Why do all the good people have to die?
Not for us, only God knows.
Don't say that.
You keep
The
it.
love of Paul maybe
I'll
Phil
try and get
ain't
around
safe.
behind her.
Being dead's better than this. Anything is.
You don't mean that, Bobby. Now, what happened was a terrible thing. We all feel the same way.
No, you don't. Bill was my mate.
I know. So he wouldn't want you to do anything stupid now, would he?
You wouldn't know. You don't understand. I don't want to know anymore. I just want to die.
Not today, sweetheart.
Everybody leaves me. Everybody.
How many women do you reckon they've got in here?
Haven't given it much thought.
Yeah, you've forgotten what it's for, McRae. As far as I'm concerned, they're all down there for one purpose. Me.
Give it a break, Weasel.
Be careful, darling. You're starting to look real sexy to me.
Leave the kid alone, Frank.
Leave him? It's his bloody fault we're cooped up in this cage. If those blokes ever get hold of us again, they'll kill us.
I didn't know what was happening. If somebody had told me, I would have been able to...
Tell you? You've got to be joking. You did enough damage without knowing.
20 men in a mass breakout, it wouldn't have worked, and you know it. The kid wasn't to blame.
It would have worked all right. Why do you think they've locked us up in this prison without anyone knowing where we are? The brass don't want to admit the little Paddy here buggered up an escape they didn't even know about. Well, look at these. 2 days old and there's nothing in them. Stuck in a bloody female prison and forgotten.
Okay, so none of us like it, but we've got to live with it.
I mean, he has. I could have explained. Hell, what did I know? I'd only come out of the pound 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah, well, you know now, don't you? Stuck in this dump with Spud Murphy breathing down your neck. The meanest bastard in uniform. Oh, yeah, you'll know all right.
Is he as bad as they say he is, Jeff? I've heard stories about him.
Murphy can be handled.
Pigs.
All right, clean this mess up. Your food's here.
Great. I bet that's the highlight of our day.
He's not there. Well, just hang on a minute, will you?
Yes, I heard. Find out when he'll be back, would you?
Could you tell us when he'll be back?
Oh, Pat, I'm sorry. I got caught up here. How's Mitchell?
Well,
she's under
No,
sedation.
thanks anyway.
Mason's
I'll
all
pass
right.
it on to Mrs. Barry. She
poor
might get back to
Bobby.
you.
Well, there's no chance the women won't find out now, is there?
Just have to
Thanks
wear
very
it.
much.
Not much else we can do.
The Wiseman's out of town till the end of next week.
Oh, thanks, Sue. Now what? I think that girl needs to talk to someone, don't you?
There must be someone we can call.
The only person I can think of is Phil Cleary's friend, Chris Sutton. He's a psychologist.
Do you think he'd come?
Oh, it's a very bad time. He and Phil were close, but at least we can try. Oh, and Pat, tell Ray Proctor I want to talk to him after lunch, would you?
All right, but he's very upset.
We all are, Pat. None of this need have happened if only... Well, something has to be said, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, how much longer do we have to wait?
You'll get your food just as soon as it's ready.
Oh, God, why don't you just tell us what the hold-up is? At least we can
Didn't you
understand.
hear me, Brian? Shut up and wait.
All we want to know is when we're going to eat.
Now, Desmond.
God for that.
Hang on, Desmond. Listen, you keep your girls in check and tell them to cut out the lip. I wouldn't want to get heavy again.
What?
Anything you say.
Oh, my God,
Mr. Murphy.
What's wrong? Mr. Cleary's been murdered and Bobby tried to kill himself.
Oh, my God. Pixie, you sure you haven't got it mixed up?
And Mrs. Reynolds and Mrs. Morris have been kidnapped too. And Red's really upset about the whole thing.
Now, look, you wanted your food.
Is it
Now, get
true?
to it. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, look, eat your
Is
food.
it true? Now, look, we're not kids. We want to know what's going on.
It's none of your business.
Like hell it isn't.
I want to see the governor.
After lunch.
Now.
I said after lunch. Now, don't push your luck. Any of you.
Bill? It's all right. I'm so thirsty.
least the food's all right. Something different every day.
You reckon? Can't even chew the bloody... Oh, terrific. I'm so bloody plastic.
Someone leave the shopping list in it.
Hey, get a load of this. We know you're up there. They won't let us see you, but we will send notes when we can. Or rather, they send us a bloody file.
At least someone knows we're up here.
Sure they do. They're trying to think of ways we can give it to them. But you'd only have to touch them and they'd go off like a rocket.
Maybe they just want to talk to us. You ever thought of that, Frank?
Frank, you've got to be joking. Now, look, come. Let's just finish eating, shall we?
Hang on, there's more. Write back. Put the note in any leftovers. Your new friend, Bobby. P.S. I hope you like natural redhead. I don't care if they're bald as long as they do it.
I'll say one thing for you, Frank. You're consistent and bloody monotonous.
Then how about we break the monotony and write back?
Oh, come on. That's kid stuff.
Wouldn't hurt, though, would it? I mean, we like having someone to talk to.
I couldn't have put it better myself. Now, where do we start?
Please hurry, Meg. I can't hang on much longer. Annie, take my hand. I'm sorry. I haven't got the strength.
Get hold of something. If I can get my foot up the step behind me.
Your foot is over the wire. But if I pull hard, then you unhook your foot, put it on the banister. Have to.
Doesn't make sense. Why would he go to all that trouble to get that money and then not show up to collect it?
Well, it's still not that late. I mean, it could be something really stupid, like his car breaking down. Besides, he's in no hurry. He mightn't do the pick-up till next week.
No way. Went berserk when I told him we had his mother. Now he'll show up and try to get her out here as quick as possible.
What do you want to do about her? Do you want to lay charges?
What charges? Nah. Hold her, though. She's the only hope we've got. Have I had lunch?
I'll get some sandwiches.
Yeah. Oh, and Murray, tell them to put out on all points on every building within 2 k's of that phone, and tell Ben to hang on at Spencer Street.
Right.
You bastard. Where are you?
And we even had a reply from you-know-who. Well, don't you want to hear?
Time's up, Pixie.
Oh, please, Mrs. Radcliffe.
Well, all right, but only for a minute.
Come on, Bobby, you have to eat something, otherwise you'll get ill and... Oh, I'm sorry. Just that the whole thing's so awful. We're all going to miss him terribly, even though you were his favourite. Ray was crying in the kitchen, and Mrs. Barry was very angry with him. And Maya and everybody, well, they're just shocked. Oh, golly, and here I am crying, and you're just being so brave.
Can't cry, Pix. I'm never going to care about anyone again. No point, is there?
And everyone was so bloody busy taking the telly and radios away. Did it ever occur to them that if they trusted us, we might have been able to help?
It was the department's decision, Myra. Maybe it would have been better if you'd been kept in the picture, but I honestly don't see what you could have done.
For starters, it would have been a lot easier on Bobby if we'd all been told together that... Mrs. Barry, we are not monsters. We care what happens to the Governor and Mrs. M. We liked Phil Cleary, too.
Of course, I know that.
Then tell it to the department. What did they think we were going to do when we found out? Start a riot?
Something like that, yes.
Oh, you've got to be joking. When are they going to realise that we can behave like responsible adults?
Look, as Governor, I shouldn't say this, but yes, you're right. You should have been told the truth. But, God, I need all the help I can get, and everything happens so quickly
Barry,
around me.
look, I'm not blaming you. But now that the cat's out of the bag, can I at least tell the women that the restrictions are lifted? There'll be a lot less trouble if they're not bored gutless.
I was about to suggest that myself. And don't worry too much about young Bobby. I'm making sure she's getting the best possible treatment.
Yeah, well, she'll pull through. She's a survivor. Let's hope we can say the same about the Governor and Mrs. M.
Well, you can tell the women I'm expecting some news at any moment. I'm sure they'll be all right.
You heard something?
No, but Inspector Rouse has got everything under control. I'm certain they'll be safe.
Yeah, well, I hope to God you're right.
The worst part was she couldn't cry. Oh, I knew she wanted to, but she just wouldn't. I wanted to put my arms around and hug her, but I knew she wouldn't let me.
Oh, Bobby, she really liked Mr. Cleary.
Yeah, well, we all did, love.
Speak for yourself. Take the jeans and the softball that away, and he was just another screw.
You shut your mouth, Francis. He was decent to us, now shut up.
Poor old Mrs. Morris, it's not fair, you know. She certainly doesn't deserve another lousy break.
Maybe she won't make it either. That way she won't have to worry, will she?
Shut up, Kelly! Mrs. Morris got more guts than you'll ever have!
Now, Rabbit, stop it.
So does Mrs. Reynolds.
Okay. Myra, what'd she say?
Well, we get back all our privileges. Not much point in keeping the news from us now.
Well, what about Mrs. Morris and Mrs. Reynolds? I mean, they're not...
It's okay, love. Mrs. Barry seems to think they'll be back any tick of the clock.
I mean, everything's back to normal?
No, it's not, Marlene. We've still got Higgins's murder hanging over our heads. All of us. After all I said about not touching her, too. Now, the cops may blow it and give the whole case away, but I'm not going to. Someone didn't do what they were told. And I'm going to find out who it is. No matter how long it takes.
You reckon there's no such thing as ghosts? Why don't you go in there and check it out? There's no point. There's no bloody ghosts anyhow. Yeah, chicken. Okay, nerd. You dared me, I'll double dare you. I'll go, and if you do, yeah, why not? Okay? It's locked. Try another door. Bloody hell, it's dark in here. Ooh, get off. Shut up! Bloody hell! Is he dead? I don't know, but I'm not staying around to find out.
Please. No. Wait. Please, wait.
Then when we were kids, it was like a sort of contest. Friendly one, of course, but... Well, if I was getting a bike, Philip would have to have one too. We even had broken arms at the same time. All those years in the States, we hardly ever wrote. But it didn't matter. When he came back, it was as though he'd never been away. Bobby, he thought the world of you. It's easy to see how you felt about him. But you're keeping it all locked inside and you've got to let it out. It's not a sign of weakness, you know. Just the opposite. If you feel like having a cry, go ahead. I know I have.
Who are you?
Ah, just a friend of Phil's.
Not what I mean. Who are you? What do you do?
I'm a psychologist. But that's not why I'm here.
You're a shrink! You're gonna try and trick me! Get out of here! Just get out!
Bobby,
Mr.
please.
Sutton?
It's all right. It's all right. Bobby.
Just leave me alone. Get out and leave me alone.
Hey, Warren, what are you doing? Looking for cockroaches?
Shut up.
Wasn't my idea. You were the one that was big-naming yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm too upset now. There's more important things than just gambling, you know.
Yeah, I know that, but I didn't know you did. I'm surprised you haven't started a book on who killed Leary Cleary. I reckon you could clean up on that if you gave the right odds.
It's a rotten thing to say, Lou.
I'd have to be as big a bitch as you to even think of it. Now shut up or I'll shove a sheet down your throat.
Geez, I'll say one thing for you, Warren. You're good for a laugh. Pretty full of yourself with Desmond to back you up.
Oh,
now that's enough! Cut it out, you little bitch! You'll kill one day with a temper like that. You're looking for a murderer, aren't you? I wouldn't put her high on the list. What are you looking at me for? Why not? Oh, go play Sherlock Holmes someplace else. I couldn't have done it. I was with Alice. Doing what? Thinking up ways to stick it up you. If you don't believe me, go and ask her. Don't worry.
Meg, please. Wake up. Oh, just try, please, try. Oh, Meg. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Chocolate to see ya. Cheer up a bit.
Oh, don't worry, love. She'll be okay. Oh, Miss Radcliffe, what's the news on Bobby?
She's fine. Right now, she's getting the best medicine, a long sleep.
Sleep that rolls up the ruffled sleeve of hair. Bible. No, Shakespeare. Or is it?
Birthday come early.
Ah, this lot wouldn't go far. Still, helps, doesn't it?
Yeah. You're getting on pretty well with the women now, aren't you?
Well, about time, isn't it? I've wasted enough energy being aggro.
Yeah, it's good. Makes things easier all round. Except
what? Come on, Mara, you're talking about Higgins again, aren't you?
you hated her guts. Had every reason to see her dead.
Hang on a minute. You're going to make yourself sick worrying about this thing. First you thought it was Lou, now you
No, I don't think it's Lou. In fact, I've got proof now.
What do you mean?
Murder weapon. Razor blade. I found it.
It's been a terrible mistake. I don't touch alcohol. I'm a diabetic.
Just don't breathe on the counter, mate. You'll strip the bar.
Take your hands off me, you bloody pig. I know me rights.
Yeah, sure you do.
Nice time. Filthy bastard. Why don't you stick a boot in? That's all you're good for. Shut up!
Condemned?
You got something, Sarge?
I don't know. I can't bloody hear. Can we have a bit of quiet, please?
Listen, mate. Just wait a minute. I want to make a phone call. Want to call me probation?
Shut up!
One more word out. That's it, hear me?
Look, I think this is for you, Murray. A couple of kids say they found a body in a condemned building a few hours back. It could be nothing, but...
I'll take it. Hello?
Oh, Ripper, I heard you got some goodies.
They're not for eating. Anyway, you might not have much appetite. You seen Desmond?
What's up?
She found the razor blade.
What?
Sarah Higgins?
So I told you I didn't do it.
Yeah, well, someone's in for a pretty lousy time. If you know who...
I don't. I wouldn't warn him anyhow. That's their tough luck. Reckon Desmond's on the level?
Who knows? She could be bluffing. Anyway, we've got business to take care of.
What do you got in mind?
Been thinking about the boys upstairs.
You're not the only one.
Hey, keep yourself nice. It's inhuman, though, isn't it? Keeping them up there. Reckon the papers would have a field day if they found out about it.
And how are we going to do that?
Ooh, press moves in mysterious ways. Who do we know who could crack a story that big?
Camilla Wells.
Right. She made a big enough stink about the inhuman conditions. The department would have to do something. Who knows? Might even let them mix with us.
Oh, what a joke, eh? Screws turning on a bit of nookie for us. Boy, I hope one of them's a stud. What's wrong with that?
Oh, nothing. You're just not thinking, that's all. Those three guys must be pretty heavy if Woodridge couldn't hold them. Still, we can get to meet them. Maybe we can use them.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Extra muscle, eh? Then we can crack a few skulls and really move in. Hang on. Supposing they want something more than our bodies.
Yeah, thought of that. Still, if they're not into sex, they'll be into drugs. Either way, we can keep them happy and run the business.
You're jumping the gun a bit, aren't you? We haven't even got the dope in yet.
Haven't we?
Sister? Sister Hall! Sister? No more headaches. Ever. Mitchell!
Something here in this lot, but what is it? I can't put my finger on it.
What about the army? He must have made friends when he was in Nîmes.
Yeah, maybe, but he's been a bloody long time in the can since then. Okay, take a punt. Give Canberra a call.
We might have something. Some kids phoned in a body in the condemned building pretty close to that phone.
Probably an old dero. We've had 3 calls today. None of them checked out.
How close is close?
Just outside the 2-kilometre radius. That's why we hadn't checked it.
Yeah, it makes sense. Explain why he never came near that money. Yeah, I like it. Murray, get a car on it right away.
Already have put out an APB on the nearest unit.
Good. Now, have all units got ID on him?
Yep.
Right, we'll get them on the radio. Tell them if it's positive, they're to stay. They're to call in, but they're not to touch a thing till I get there, understand?
Right.
Busy?
No, only knock, will you?
Sorry. Thought we might have a chat about last night.
How do you mean? Look, I know what you're getting at, but I was with Alice right after we left the Rickland.
Lou was with Alice. Neither of them mentioned you.
Wait a minute. I remember now. Jacko wanted me to lend her some rollers.
Sorry.
So...
Jacko was with Tammy. Strange, isn't it? How everybody seemed to be with somebody. Except you.
I don't need no alibi. Well, not for you, anyhow.
Oh, I think you do. Especially now. You see, I found the razor blade.
I flushed it down the toilet.
You stupid little bitch, after all I said.
Are you going to tell the cops?
What, with no evidence?
But you said...
You said you flushed it down the loo. How could I possibly have it?
Rotten
You
stinking
thank
wrong.
your lucky stars it was me and not them. Now, you're going to pay Harvey, not just for killing Higgins, but for going against my orders. I'm going to teach you who's in charge around here. And I promise you, it'll be a lesson you'll never forget.
What do you reckon, Barry? Looks quiet enough. Come on. You all right?
Yeah.
6 months on the force and never seen a stiff. Don't worry, you'll be okay. What a mess.
Remember, we're not supposed to touch anything.
Promotion, old son. You'll never get anywhere doing what you're told. But I never said that. There's our man. Is he dead? As the dodo. Get on the radio and tell them we got positive ID. Well, as positive as you can be. 10-year-old photo. Look at this. You hit the jackpot, mate. Police! Anybody up there?
They could be dead.
Or 100 miles away. Here, hold this.
What are you going to do?
I'm going up to check it out. You get on the radio.
But...
Come on, mate. You don't want to pull rank on you, do you? Funny buggers.
For God's sake, where's the ambulance? No, I can't find it. All right, just get it here.
Are you okay, mate?
Yeah, but Barry's not. Remember, that lost someone.
Hey, easy now. We'll take care of it.
Well, you stop it yourself.
Hey, look, here comes the boss. You take care of him, okay? Nasty one, sir. Patrolman Jenkins got caught up in it. Any survivors? I don't know. We've just arrived ourselves. We'll start looking. Right. You! Get this place cordoned off! Hey, is he complicit? Now, come on, get yourself together, son. You found Lowe?
Yeah, just before.
What about the two women?
I don't know. Barry was going to check around with the whole place. But those two women are in there. There's no way.
Come on, love, it's all right. Bob, you'll be okay.
Well, they wouldn't even let me take the train, Ju.
Well, they probably gave her something to make her sleep.
Yes, well, she wouldn't eat her lunch either.
I think she's probably better off where she is with the murder at
Oh, don't remind
Give
me.
it a rest, Marlene.
Look, the killer's probably going to get us all, one by one. as
Shut
we
up,
wait.
Rabbit.
Well, she does have a point, Myra. I mean, none of
Please,
us
just drop it.
Holy hell.
Looks like she had an argument with a cement mixer.
Lost. What happened to you? Walked into a door, I suppose.
Yeah. You lot are beyond me sometimes. Do you need to see Sister?
Go and get your dinner.
She looks terrible.
What do you reckon Murphy or the freak got to her?
Well, somebody sure as hell did.
The killer! I bet it was the
Look,
killer.
it wasn't.
Pardon?
I know who killed Sarah. And I warned everyone what would happen if she was touched. I don't want it mentioned again. Ever.
No luck yet. We're still searching. Look, we need backup here to close the bloody town. Press want to get through. Keep them out. I mean it. Use force if you have to, but keep them out. Right. I found one of them. Get those two ambulance. Quick! Just stay here. Well, we still search. Now, come on. We'll find her.
Inside. And the box.
You weren't in there.
No. I was coming down on the road. I couldn't wait. It. Oh, my God. It's all my fault.
No. Come on. Calm down.
She did it. It's all my fault.
We'll find her.
Yes, Sister. Well, I'll try and pop in on her before I go home, but... Oh, all right. Thank you.
Mitchell?
Yes. They've pumped out her stomach. Thank God she was caught in the act.
Probably planned to be. She'd know Sister wouldn't be too far away.
Honestly, how can you say that after all that girl's been through?
Mitchell's been through no more than anyone else in this zoo.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, the child has just lost a friend, and right on top of Mr. Dobson's illness.
Exactly. And now she's wallowing in self-pity and looking for attention. The only way to deal with something like that is a spell in the pound. Soon knock it out of her.
Oh, for heaven's sake, the girl needs professional help, not solitary confinement.
Whatever you say. You're in charge.
Yes, I am.
I'll leave you to it then.
Joyce Barry. What, Sergeant? Yes? You'll let me know if there's any further developments? Thank you.
What's happened?
They found Mrs. Reynolds, but not Meg. There's been an explosion. That maniac tried to blow them up.
Find her.
Yes, I promise.
You've got to find her.
I promise. You just take it easy. That's all you've got to do.
The other ambulance standing by.
It's not fair. I'm her best mate. Well, maybe Judy's right and she's just sleeping. I mean, Sister Hall's nice. She wouldn't lock us out just to be nasty. Yeah, well, I only wanted to take her a couple of comics or something. She must be bored out of her brain up there. What if she's not there? What if they put her in the pound because of what she did to the dining room?
Oh, Marlene, no. I mean, heaven, she was out of her mind with grief.
As if that'd stop the freak.
Oh, they wouldn't. Oh, Myra, they wouldn't put Bobby in solitary, would they?
No, of course they wouldn't, love. I'm going to finish this in the cell. And you, try and keep your bloody trap shut for 5 minutes.
All's I was saying.
Marlene, she's got a lot on her plate at the moment.
Yeah, well, so have I. Bloody Slasher's sitting right there. What if she takes it into her head that she doesn't like any of us either?
Marlene.
She must have heard you.
Yeah, everybody did. You rotten bitches.
Forget him. But if you can't, I might be able to fix you something.
Yeah, I'll be in. Anything that'll zonk me right out.
You got it. Come to my cell as soon as the bell goes.
Thanks.
She wouldn't.
Need something to cheer you up, Porky?
Get lost.
Might ease the pain.
Ooh. Don't worry about her, Marlene. She's just trying to upset you.
She has.
I've found her. She's up here.
Get the stretcher organised.
How is she?
She'll be fine. Now, come on, settle back.
Doctor, just tell me how she is.
Broken ribs, a ruptured spleen. She's in surgery now, but there's nothing to worry about. You're two very lucky ladies. Nurse will be round soon with something to help you sleep.
Just relax. It's all over now and she's going to be all right.
No, don't go yet. Don't leave me alone, please.
I'll see you again in the morning, Mrs. Reynolds.
I'm sorry if you have to go.
No. Plenty of time.
It's just, I just need to talk.
Yeah, I understand.
You didn't finish telling me what happened. You said something about Lo's mother being involved.
Yes, we kept her in custody after young Cleary was shot, just on the off chance we could bargain with Lo.
Philip was hurt.
Well, I assumed Lo would have told you.
Oh, no. No.
I'm sorry. He died instantly.
How are we going to tell Meg?
Yes, they're both going to be all right. They're operating on Meg at the moment. Oh, me too, love. Yes, sausages will be fine. I'll be home in an hour or so. Bye, Norm. Bye. Miss Ferguson. Oh, thank heavens I caught you.
Can you make it quick, please? I've got a taxi waiting.
Could you work tomorrow, please?
No, I can't. It's my day off.
Oh, but just this once. Things are very difficult at the moment. I don't think it's an unreasonable request.
Considering the number of double shifts I've done this week, it is.
But we've all done them. I've hardly been home myself.
Them's the breaks when you're playing governor, Mrs. Barry. Especially if organisation isn't your strong point. Good night.
Miss Desmond.
Oh, Toot.
Here. I did real well. I'm nearly out of uppers already. You better get onto your mate again.
Yeah, I was thinking of upping the order anyway. For our mates in isolation.
Yeah, well, they're going to be on their own for a while. Camilla Wells is overseas. Heard it on the radio.
Ah.
So how are you going to leak the story?
There's plenty of them will be interested. Once you get onto a TV journo.
What about that guy that covered the marathon? He was pretty good.
So, go get him.
Yeah. How?
Surely you'll think of something. Stakes are worth it, aren't they?
Maybe. Haven't had a gander at him yet, have I?
You ever think of anything above your navel? Profits I'm interested in.
Well, there's no harm mixing business with pleasure, is there? And besides, we better keep sweet with them, or they might try taking over our setup.
Oh, yeah, and pigs might fly. Anyway, I told you, Kelly, get out of here.
What?
You heard it, Kelly. Rack off.
Bloody bitches.
Thanks. She's been hanging around like a bad smell. Thinks Fran's going to sharpen her blade on her next.
Tough.
Everything's all right.
Oh, careful. You all right, Fran? Fran?
A cough on it when you get dolly birds.
Are you drunk?
Drunk. Dumb bit.
You're not drunk, all right. Okay, where did you get the drugs? Come on, are you out of your mind? Have you any idea what Myra will do to you if she finds out?
So what? So I'll get another bashing. That's her answer to everything, innit? Well, go on, Brian. Go and tell her I'm stoned. Let her get her kicks.
Go back to your cell. I won't say anything this time.
Who cares?
Have been released of the two killed at that old warehouse explosion yesterday. They were Constable Barry Masters and a former prisoner of Woodbridge Jail, Brian Lowe. The two kidnapped women, Mrs. Ann Reynolds and Mrs. Meg Morris, are said to be in a satisfactory condition.
You know the rules.
Hell,
Give it back. It's mine. You can't just take it like that.
Have it back at the end of the week. I guess we're stuck with those pictures a while longer.
Shut up, Kelly. You better be glad they survived it. You want someone like Murphy running this dump?
Typical, though, isn't it? We had to find out about it from the bloody radio.
Oh, but I don't think Mrs. Barry would purposely not tell us. Well, maybe she's just worried about her friends and... Oh, heavens. With Mrs. Morris being kidnapped, I wonder if she's heard about Mr. Cleary being killed. It would just break her heart.
Yeah, poor bitch. I never thought I'd feel sorry for a screw, but that one's had the rough end.
She certainly has. Aren't you eating?
I'm hungry.
Oh, that's a change, isn't it?
Did you take Bobby's tray out?
Yeah.
What's wrong? Bobby's okay, isn't she?
She's taken an overdose.
Oh, no.
They wouldn't let me in to see because they were pumping her stomach.
Do you know how she is?
Down.
Oh, poor Bobby.
This stinking place, I can't wait to bloody get out.
Come on now, that's not like you, is it?
Yeah, well, at least she's growing up.
Try not to worry too much, Bob. You'll be okay once she gets back with her friends.
Oh, yes, but to take her own life. Oh, Myra, maybe she needs someone to talk to, a counsellor or someone to help her.
Yeah, why don't you have a word with Mrs. B?
Yeah.
I mean, Pixie's got a
Yeah, why
point,
don't you fix the bloody lot, Myra? Why does it always have to be me? It's about time you lot learned to stand on your own 2 feet for a change.
I thought that's what top dogs are all about.
You're pretty good at sorting out their problems, Keen. Why don't you wipe their snotty noses for them?
What's got up her?
I don't know, but everybody's starting to crack up around here.
He won't be long. Just making his bed.
Oh, good.
Sit down.
Thank you.
I'm glad you came early. Shane's been looking forward to a full day out with you. But, I must explain it could be your last.
What do you mean last? Are the courts refusing permission for me to see him?
No, nothing like that. But you are aware of the foster program we have here, though?
Yes, I've heard of it.
Good, because we think we've found a suitable family who are willing to take Shane.
Oh. And what does Shane have to say about it?
Well, we don't tell the children till everything's been finalised. It avoids disappointment should anything go wrong at the last moment.
But surely the child's consulted?
Yes, he is. Shane's visited the family on a number of occasions and they get on very well together. Of course, his Auntie Joan still remains the tops, as he puts it. But he's happy with them and he shouldn't have any problem settling in.
Oh, I see. Of course, I knew this was a possibility right from the start. It's just... Well, I'm glad that Shane has found a family so quickly. Every child needs a family.
I know, he'll never forget his Auntie Joan. And we wouldn't stand in the way of any arrangements you may be able to make with the Taylors. G'day, I'm ready, miss. You should have waited till I answered your knock.
Sorry. Didn't want to keep Anne and Joan waiting. Gonna have a beaut day, eh?
Uh-huh. The best.
Hey. Hey! Look, that last night. I owe you, okay? Not telling Desmond, I mean. One beating's enough from her.
I wouldn't waste your breath, Harvey. I couldn't care less how many times you get beaten up.
Expect me to come across last night, eh? Can't take a knockback? Is that it? Well, up yours.
Now, you listen to me. I wouldn't waste my time on you. I couldn't care less if you get splattered around the walls of this prison every day before breakfast. But I care about Myra. She doesn't enjoy hurting people, you know.
Well, great. All she has to do is hang up her gloves. We won't mind.
Yes, she might have a chance if it wasn't for scum like you. Now, clean that up. Murphy will be on his round soon.
You'll get yours, you fat dyke bitch.
Have you found your cockroach yet? Oh, I almost forgot to tell you my exciting news. Hear what? Well, Bobby and I wrote to those men up in isolation, and guess what? They wrote back.
Kidding. Show. Looks like they used it for dunny paper.
Oh, don't be awful. Haven't they got manly names?
Frank and Matthew. I used to know it's Funkle.
But there.
Nothing, it's just a trick. I'll show you later.
Yeah, I bet it is. You took your own sweet time.
Oh, sorry.
Can you go on to skip duty? Callie's making a phone call, knowing her she'll stretch it out till lunchtime.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, Brad.
There's new peddling drugs.
What makes you think that?
Well, Fran and some of the others were really tripped out last night.
Thought there was something up there.
You don't know anything about it?
No.
Okay, I'll try and find out what I can, but I want you to keep this from Myra. She's got enough to worry about at the moment.
Yeah, fair enough. You think it's Lou then?
Well, she was certainly peddling something last night in the rec room.
I wouldn't be surprised at anything that bitch would do.
Look, I don't want to be asking too much, but the laundry truck's going to be here in an hour. Do you think we could get some work done?
Just going, Myra.
Name?
Hey?
Who are you calling? Oh, Chancellor. Hey, where's Miss Ferguson? Day off. Wouldn't be worn out looking after them blokes. Not her cup of tea, eh? Reckon it must be more fun tucking them in than us. Shh. You ought to put yourself down for the graveyard shift, and then you would... Oh, good, she's home. Who's speaking? Sorry, wrong number. What's the matter? You, dialed the wrong number? No, you did, Kelly. You know damn well TV stations and press numbers are not on your call list. So don't try another trick like that with me, or I'll put you on a charge. Oh, go on, Mrs. Slattery. Be a sport. I only want to find out what happened on my favourite soap the other night. But can't I just... You've had your phone call for the week. But that's not fair. I didn't get to speak to them. Tough. Now move it, Kelly, or I'll get the charge book out right now. Jeez.
90 over 45.
Good. Thank you, nurse. You can dispense with the ECG. And how are you this morning, Mrs. Morris?
Pretty weak.
It's understandable. You've lost a lot of blood.
Nurse told me I'd been operated on.
You had a ruptured spleen. We had to remove it. A few broken ribs. Very minor compared to what you've been through.
And Mrs. Reynolds?
Oh, yes, she's fine. In fact, she's coming up to see you later on.
Good.
That's the spirit. We'll have you up and out of here in no time. As long as you do as you're told.
Don't feel like backing the rules.
Good. You just lie back and let us spoil you. That baby's had enough excitement for a while. Your baby. It was touch and go there for a while, but we managed to save it.
Yes, of course I see her, but what's happened to upset her? There's nothing... She's going to be all right, isn't she?
Physically, yes. I am rather worried about her mental state, though. She became extremely agitated when I mentioned we'd saved her baby. Do you know any reason why she might want to reject the child?
Ex-pregnant?
Well, yes. Well, 3 months. You didn't know?
Have you said anything to her about Philip Cleary?
Well, not yet. Is there some problem?
I'd like to see it now, Doctor.
Well, yes, of course. Look, but you're not moving yet. I'll get you a wheelchair.
Damn, where did I put that blast? Come in.
I've got McRae here. Will we wait, or can you see him now?
Oh, no. No, let him come in.
Mrs. Barry, I'm sorry to be so insistent, but it is important.
You did get that television set you requested?
Yes, thanks. It's much appreciated. But I'm afraid that only solves part of our problem. You do realize we've been here 24 hours and have not yet had an exercise period. Well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Barry, but I think you'll find that you're breaking the rules. And I don't need to tell you the sort of trouble that could lead to.
You have to understand we don't have separate security for you. I have put in a request for extra male officers, but I've yet to receive a reply.
Which could take weeks, right? Look, I'm sorry to hassle you, but isn't there some way you could manage to get us out for at least part of the day?
Well, I'll look at the rosters and see if I can't arrange something during the women's lunch hours. Is that all?
There's just one more thing. Has the department said anything about how to occupy our time in here, like work facilities or something?
Well, it is under consideration, but as we have to keep you isolated from the women, it's making things very difficult. I just don't... Wait a minute. Would you consider gardening? That would solve all our problems.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll be great. And I'm sure the others will be in it, too.
Good. Then I'll get onto it right away, and I promise you it won't take weeks.
Thanks. Well, back to the penthouse.
Yes.
But are you sure it's... I mean, didn't they cover that eventuality when they checked you over?
They told me to come back for tests, just in case. But I couldn't. I just couldn't face it anymore.
Oh, Meg. I don't know what I can say to help you. You hear?
I kept telling myself it wasn't possible to get pregnant after such an attack. It just wasn't possible. Now what am I going to do?
Give yourself time. Once you feel better in a day or two, you'll be able to think more clearly.
All that time, Philip begged me to talk to him. I want to know. Would you ask him to come and see me?
I'm sorry. The hospital won't allow visits yet. Just try and relax for a while.
Frank?
Load of crap.
Well, it's better than nothing.
Hello. Here comes His Bloody Highness.
Yeah, well, at least he's trying to get things done for us, which is more than I can say for you. Hi, Jeff. How'd it go?
Not bad. Pretty good, in fact.
Conquering bloody hero.
Leave off, Burke.
Listen, I'm no happier with this arrangement than you are, but we're in it, and you better learn to live with it.
So, what happened? I mean, they come across on anything?
The lot.
You kidding?
Nope. As soon as I get it cleared, we'll be working on the outside.
Good-o.
Thanks for consulting us.
Come on, Frank. You're the one doing all the grizzling about being cooped up in here.
All right. I guess gardening beats picking me nose all day. You know, there's not one bleeding thing in the papers about the escape attempt or us being shoved in here.
Well, obviously they don't want it leaked. Oh, they'd look bloody stupid if everybody found out that we were the ones that stopped 20 men busting out of top security.
What's Barry like? Barry?
Oh, seems fair. Oh, I guess we'll be having the boss cocky back with us soon. Just hope she doesn't give us a bad deal.
Good. I never thought I'd spend time being shoved around by bloody women.
I can think of worse places.
It's all right for you. You're up for parole in 3 months' time. I've still got 7 bloody years. But there's no way I'm going to spend it locked away like some bloody leper.
great stuff, eh? Hey, aren't you hungry?
Not very. Too much ice cream, I think.
Did you see all the flavours I had?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, I wouldn't mind working in a place like that. Did you like playing the videos? You were pretty good on that space one.
Oh, well, I had a good teacher.
Oh, I forgot to tell you. I got a letter from the Major. And Nick is behaving now. He's even made friends with a cat.
I'm glad to hear it. Have you written back?
Nah, do it tomorrow. And I can tell him all the great things we did.
Listen, Mrs. Baxter tells me you've been going out a lot with the Taylors.
Yeah, they're coming again Saturday. Geez, you should see the dopey girl they got. She's the same age as me, but talk about hopeless.
Have, the Taylors mentioned anything about seeing more of you, you know, like on a permanent basis?
Yeah, there's families do that, you know. Come and give us a day out. There's plenty of the kids haven't got no one to go out with. I'm one of the lucky ones. You haven't got a headache, have you?
No, just thinking.
Good, because I've just decided where I'd like to go, Savo.
Oh. I hope it's not too far away. I don't want to get you back late.
No. Roller skating. There's a rink not far from here.
Right, you skate, I watch.
Aw, I thought you said you'd do everything I wanted to do.
Oh, so I did.
Don't worry, it's easy. I'll show you. Have a chip.
You know where I am if you change your mind.
Bob!
G'day, Rabbit.
Oh, jeez, I missed you back
Hello,
here.
How are you? I'm all right. I was bludgeoned. Just got bored, so now I'm back.
Well, look, we don't blame you for doing your block. It was a real shock about Mr. Cleary.
Have I missed much?
Nah.
Around here, are you kidding? Even Marlene stopped looking for the cockroaches. Haven't you found one yet?
Oh, well, I just thought I'd wait for you to come
Well,
back.
you'd better hurry up, mate, or you're going to lose a packet. Tammy found a real humdinger down in the workshop, didn't you, Tammy? Have you got it here?
You betcha. He's a real goer, too. Had a hell of a time catching him.
I think he's sort of cute.
And we've been giving him runs after lockup. When's the big race, anyway?
Oh, yeah, well, I was going to mention that to you. Well, you see, there's a bit of a problem. I don't see the point of having a race if there's not enough cockroaches.
Oh, get out of here.
What you trying to pull, Warren?
If there's only 2 cockroaches, what's the point of having a race?
Come on,
Why
mate.
not? Are you scared yours might lose?
Oh, yeah.
You can't back out now. Not this late in the game.
We're not going to lose anyway. Ours makes yours look like a flea with anorexia.
Yeah, I bet. Just put your money where your mouth is, or Rabbit's gambling days are over.
Oh, yeah, really scared, Tammy. What are you talking about? We don't even have a bloody cockroach.
Well, Jude and me will help you find one, won't we, Jude? Sure, it's my favourite pastime.
You took your time? Don't knock it. It was drumming up more business. Got Mitchell sucked in too.
Yeah, well, do you want to watch it? She might be just getting in so she can write herself off again.
She's only got $5, and what do you care anyway?
Well, we don't want the screws blaming us if she ODs, right?
Okay.
Well, you got any more good ideas now you've stuffed up the phone call?
Yep. Reckon we should try getting a letter out. You should get your old lady to visit and slip it to her.
Forget it. There's easier ways and no screws to worry about.
Like what? Pigeon post?
Like the red phone in the visitor's room. We do it tonight after dinner.
How? What about the security gates anyway?
You know, trouble with you, Lou, you don't trust me. I can bring more into this place than just dope. Hairpin will take care of the phone.
Oh, great. What about the screws?
That's your problem. You keep knit, I'll make the call. And this time, there won't be any slip-ups. Right?
Yeah, right.
I don't know what she thought she'd achieve by telling the media about our male guests, but you all know Kelly. She doesn't do anything without a reason, so I want you all to be on your guard. She's bound to try it again.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that one as far as I could kick her. Oh, Len, Ray's keeping your lunch warm.
I've got more on my mind than food right now.
Oh, what's up?
McRae just told me he fronted you about working, and you've agreed to put him out in the grounds.
That's right, I can't see a problem in that.
Oh, come on.
I think it's a good idea, at least until we can get a replacement for Mr. Dobson anyway.
You're off your heads. Look, you're only letting yourself in for trouble, believe me.
We can't keep them locked up in their cells indefinitely. Look, I would never have suggested the garden if I didn't think I could trust McRae.
His wife trusted him. She got a bullet between the eyes.
I have read their files, Mr. Murphy. The men merely want to work, not a free pass out of here.
Look, I've known these blokes since way back. And believe me, there's no way in the world female officers could handle them in an area like that.
Thank you for your concern, but that won't be a problem either. I've already applied for extra male staff.
Yes, and that could take weeks. Then they'll probably send you a couple of rookies.
Oh, come on, Len. You're throwing cold water over everything Joyce says.
All right, so you might get what you want. But at least wait till they get here before you let those crims out.
Nobody will be letting them out until I get the go-ahead from the department. If I do get their approval, I can't see any reason to go against it.
Good for you.
Come on, Jude, it's almost time to go back in.
Give me a break, Marlene. My back's killing me. I feel like I've been on the rack. Why do cockroaches have to live so close to the ground?
Come on, Rip, we haven't looked at that stack over there yet.
Tina and Ronnie have already got some from this lot.
Yeah, but that just means they're there, doesn't it? Well, let's go and have a look.
Go for it, Bobby.
Looks like you're out of business, Porky. Saw Tammy's horse before.
Get lost, slag.
Hey, look at this, I got one.
Where? Oh no, we have to go inside.
It doesn't matter. Look, I'll lift up my hand and you grab it, okay?
All right.
You ready? Go! Oh, bloody hell, Rabbit, give us
sorry.
the box.
See him run, but hey, see him go.
Yep. There you go, I reckon we got ourselves a winner.
Hey, Jude, we got ourselves a winner. Better than Farlap. Yay!
Say thank you to everyone, will you, for me? They're really lovely.
Yes, I will. Tell me, how's Meg? She must be badly injured if they wouldn't let me in to see her.
Oh, you know what hospitals can be like. I think the doctor just feels that she should be kept as quiet as possible for a while. She was in shock when they found her.
Poor Meg. Dreadful business.
What's wrong? Are you worrying about Wentworth?
Oh, no, no. Yes. But I didn't want to bother you with it.
Bother me? It's better medicine than lying here worrying about it.
Well, I put in a request that the male prisoners be allowed to work out in the grounds. But Mr. Murphy made so much opposition to it, I didn't know whether I was doing the right thing or not.
Why's he against it?
We females aren't up to handling it if trouble starts.
Nonsense. Anyway, Colby was in here earlier and he said he's doing everything he can to push through your request for more staff.
Well, I couldn't think of another way to keep them separate from the women's work areas, but when Mr. Murphy went on like that, oh, I don't know.
Of course. Everyone has moments when they doubt their own judgment. But from what I've heard, you're doing a magnificent job.
Did Mr. Colby tell you about the trouble we'd had?
Higgins or Mitchell?
Both. We're no closer to solving that murder. And Bobby, well, she's all right now. But, oh, I shall be so glad to see you walk through that front door.
You've had a bad trot. It's always the way, isn't it? Everything always happens at once. But believe me, I'm really grateful that you're holding the fort so well.
Thanks. Oh, aren't I terrible? I'm supposed to be making you feel better, not the other way round. Oh.
Thanks, Auntie Jane. And next time, we'll only do the things you want to do. That's fair, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very fair. Look, I might not be able to see you for quite a while.
Why? Hey, the Major isn't sick again, is he?
No.
Well, then why?
Well, I just think that I should give you a chance to get to know the Taylors a bit better.
Hey? What the hell should I care about the Taylors? You know I'd rather go out with you.
Yes, I know that, mate, but... Look, do you know why the Taylors take you out so much?
Because I'm a cute kid.
You sure are. Look, Mrs. Baxter's explained to you, hasn't she, how families come here in the hope of fostering a child?
Oh, yeah. But that's for kids who got no one. Got you, haven't I? Don't worry, Auntie Jane. I'll set them straight.
No, look, Shane, listen to me. Now, look, we'll always have each other, no matter where we are, no matter how far apart we are. I never want you to forget that.
Saying goodbye, aren't you?
Oh, no, Shane, I'm not. But look, I can't give you a proper home, not right now, and the Taylors can. Oh, don't you see, you'll have a mother, a father, a sister, even if she is hopeless. They might even let you have Nikki back.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, if you ask them. Come on, look, go in for your dinner. We don't want Mrs. Baxter getting angry with us. Come on, off you go.
See, look at the length of those legs.
God, have you been scrounging in the dirt too?
Nah, I didn't need to. Jacko owed me, so I took this instead. It's going to make me a fortune.
As good as you say. Nobody'd be stupid enough to lay money against it. Except maybe Marlene.
Hey, yeah, I never thought of that. Maybe I should drug it or something till the race. Make it look slow. What do you reckon?
Oh, you'd probably kill the damn thing. Why don't you get a ring in?
Yeah, great.
Put it away, will ya? Things to do right now and worry about bloody roaches.
Yeah, right. There you go, Herman. A little money spinner.
You'll be glad when the cockroach caper's over.
Yeah, they'll have Officer Slattery down on us if they don't shut up soon.
Okay, everybody, shut up a minute.
Oh, what happened?
Nothing, just keep my word, aren't I? I said shut up!
Geez, it'd better bloody be good after that little fanfare.
Yeah, it's not like you to get up on a soapbox, Marlene.
Jude, do you mind? This is serious.
All right, all right.
The cockroach races are on. Tomorrow night after tea, bring your cockroaches, and if you reckon yours is the best, I'll double lose bet.
What? Rabbit! What'd you say that for?
Well, I wanted a race. I gotta go.
Doubling the bet's done. You don't even know if your cockroach can run yet.
Doesn't bloody work.
This is a dodo.
Got it. You're screwed. Think of something and get that key.
What are you up to, Kelly? Just going up the rec room.
And what are you doing down here?
Wanted to be on my own for a while. All right, get going. And don't let me catch you in this area again. Well, go on. Move it. Here. Right.
News department, quick.
Aren't you going to finish, Frank?
Yeah. Well, that's not going to do any good. The tube's gone. Useless bloody thing. They're going to fix it in the morning. You heard, Hagen.
Not a good that does me now.
Come and finish your hand, Frank. You done without it up until now.
Oh, shut up! Now, where are we?
I raised you 5.
Oh, yeah. I'll see you.
Full house.
Crap, Delaney. You got those when I was fiddling with the box.
Learn to lose, Frank.
Slimy bastard! You touch him again, I'll smear the walls with you. What's the matter? Don't want your pretty boy knocked up.
Nothing, Miss Hagen. We've just been practicing a bit of judo. Look, I think we'd better give it away. There's too much furniture.
Good idea. Something quiet, okay?
Sure. You heard the lady.
Stupid bitch! There. That should stop the little darlings from escaping.
Good pigs. Glad you think they're little darlings.
Geez, Rabbit, just because they're dirty little buggers doesn't mean they're going to bite you. Now, here you are.
I just don't want to have to touch them, that's all. Ready?
To go.
Steady.
Little darlings.
Go!
Go! Go! Go! Go!
Come on!
Come on! Come on!
Oh,
Bugger it! Turn over! Come on, you mongrel!
He's winning!
Yeah! What a winner! Catch him for me, will you, pigs?
Okay.
Give us... Hey, what's this Robert business?
Well, he looks like a Robert.
Can't argue with that. Not too keen on it, though.
What'd you do? Bloody tie rockets to his legs or something?
No, I reckon he's going to beat the pants off all the others.
Yeah, looks like it's back to the garbage heap for you, mate.
Oh, no, you can't do that. Well, maybe Felix could be Robert's training partner.
Oh, yeah, what do you think of that? Better than going back to the garbage heap, eh?
Yeah, it'd have to be. It's not that I don't like you or anything.
You know, it's funny. I mean, they both look the same, but yours goes faster. How come?
Oh, pigs, of course. They all look the same.
Oh, golly, I hadn't thought of that. Well, what they need is some sort of distinguishing mark.
Yeah.
Nail polish. I've got some in my room.
Oh, yeah, but we don't want to have to hurt them or anything.
Oh, no, I can't see what a tiny little dab of nail polish will do. And after all, we don't want to cheat now, do we?
It's truth, now that'd be dishonest, Pix, and who'd do that in here?
Hell. Any of you seen Keane? Passed her on the way to the dunning. What's it to you?
The police have done a superhuman job.
Do you like a game?
Not really.
Come on, love, I need something to occupy my mind. I've had some bad news and I'm a nervous wreck.
So read a book or something.
Hey, Lou, you don't happen to know of anyone that could give me something to calm me down a little bit, do you?
You mean like booze or something?
Keep it quiet, will you?
I see. Being a naughty girl, are you?
Well, it's my business, isn't it? Now, come on, Lou, I know you've got something. You give me something or I'll tell everybody.
Probably get you some downers. It'll cost you.
I knew it was you.
You bitch. You keep your mouth shut, Brian. I'm warning you.
Are you out of your mind? Have you any idea what Myra would do if she found out? And I want you to stop dealing as of now.
Some trouble here?
I don't think so.
Break off, Kelly. Something I should know about?
Ah, she's just being a bitch, you know what she's like.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Come on, Myra, I wasn't talking about you, honest. Myra?
Yeah?
We've got to talk.
Okay, I'm listening.
Not here. Can't talk here, somewhere private.
I'll be in my cell before lockup. If it matters that much.
Hang on, I'll ask her. Bob Miller, TV News. Want to talk to him?
He's the one that covered the dance marathon.
That's right.
Joyce Barry speaking.
Ah, Mrs. Barry. Sorry to disturb you, but I'm told you're acting as Governor of Wentworth at present.
That's right.
I was hoping you could help me with a bit of a rumour we've heard here.
Oh?
Something to do with 3 men from Woodridge being held at Wentworth.
Who on earth would tell you a ridiculous thing like that?
Is it true?
I'm not in a position to answer unsubstantiated rumours.
Then it's not true. Look, I'm not trying to hound you, Mrs. Barry, but if there is any truth to this, then I think it has to be reported.
I really can't say any more.
Well, all I want's a yay or a nay. Are there men being held at Wentworth or not?
Well, if there were, it would be for a very good reason.
Ah, then it is true.
Look, before you say any more, I think you should know there could be lives at stake.
Care to expand on that?
I've said as much as I can. Now, please, Mr. Miller, be very careful before you do anything.
Only doing the job, Mrs. Barry. Thanks for talking with me.
Righto, ladies, you heard the bell. Move out. Come on, move it. The cells are this way, Kelly.
Sorry, Mr. Murphy. It's just that I needed a pee.
Make it snappy.
Bloody hell, it will be. Oh, shut up, I couldn't help it. Bloody hell, it's not going to go. There's something stopping it. Be careful, will you, half-wit? Okay. They've just gone down the stairs. We'll be right if we hurry.
Clara? Can we have that little chat now?
Yeah, sure, go for your life.
Well, I just wanted you to know that not everything is as it seems.
Oh, yeah, what's that supposed to mean?
It means that I'm not trying to do your job for you.
So, what were you and Kelly talking about?
I was just telling her off, you know, she gets on my nerves, you know that.
Yeah, okay, Jude, I'll take your word for it. Just do me a favour, will you?
Sure.
There's not much point in me being top dog if the people I'm looking after keep things from me. Now, I don't need protecting from anything. So keep me posted, okay?
Sure, but I don't see how I could hear of anything that you hadn't already heard of.
Lock up time. Back to your own dorm, Brian.
Yeah, Mr. Murphy, do you think you could arrange for me to be on kitchen duties tomorrow?
Any particular reason?
Oh, I just feel like a change, that's all.
I'll think about it. Where the hell's Keen?
I haven't seen her for hours.
Move it, Brian.
Yeah. I'll see you later, Myra.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry I'm late, Mr. Murphy. Got held up in the library, you know.
Don't apologise. Must be hard work, working out all those three-letter words.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't do that. Just look at the pictures.
So when have you become a bookworm?
Oh, you know, only in private. Didn't want anyone to accuse me of being an intellectual.
I don't believe you, Keen. But then I don't give a damn anyway.
What are you drawing?
Mr. Cleary. Not very good.
Shocking. Terrible. Are you kidding? That's terrific. Looks just like him.
Yeah, well, you all seem to have been pretty fond of him.
Yes, it's always the nice guys that go, isn't it? Wonder how Mrs. Reynolds and Miss Morris are getting on, huh?
Jude, this might sound pretty selfish, but gee, I hope they get back soon. It seems that the governor's the only one who can help me find my real mum.
Oh, I wouldn't worry, honey. You'll find her. Hey, listen, you know what you ought to do? You ought to take that picture and hang it up in the rec room.
Hey, what a good idea. Do you think the women would like that?
I'm sure they would. Everybody liked Mr. Cleary.
Great. That rec room could really do with some brightening up.
You can say that again.
Sweet dreams, ladies.
Good night.
But I mean, we could do it. Brighten it up.
How do you mean?
Well, something we did at uni. We all got together and did our own stuff.
What'd you do?
Well, painted the walls with murals. It was great. Well, what do you think?
I think you're forgetting one major thing, dear. You're the only artist here.
But that doesn't matter. We don't have to use paints. Anyway, we could use crayons, pencils.
No. The screws are not going to let us paint on the rec room walls, that's for sure.
Okay, so we'll do it on something else. But hell, it's got to be better than watching TV all day. What do you think?
I think you've probably got a very good idea.
I think so.
Hey, while you're up, will you have a look at me cockroach for me?
Do it yourself, you lazy bitch.
Oh, go on. It's just he might have gotten out of his box or something and I'd die if he crawled up my arm in the middle of the night.
Geez, you're unreal. How you know it's a he anyway?
Well, Pix called him Robert. She ought to know.
Look, he's all right. Is there anything else I can do? All right for undies and socks, are we?
Oh, geez, I'm wrapped. Things are really looking up round here.
How do you figure that?
I figure I'm going to make a fortune on Robbie the Roach, don't you?
Who cares? He's your roach, not mine.
Jeez, what's up, you? Anybody thinks someone had died or something? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be awful. I just don't know what to say when somebody's died, that's all. You think they'd at least let us go to the funeral or something, say goodbye properly, don't you?
Look, when someone's dead, they're gone, so just forget about it, will ya?
How about if you and me was to say a prayer, eh? I don't remember any, but probably wouldn't matter if we made one up.
Of course it wouldn't bloody matter. Because there's no such thing as God. There was none of these stinking rotten things that ever happened. Just forget about it, will ya?
And these facts were obtained from a reliable unknown source. 3 men are being held in the women's prison. However, until now, the authorities have refused to comment. Cut.
Who gave you permission to film here, Mr. Miller?
Oh, we don't need permission to do a story outside the gates, Mrs. Barry. Mrs. Barry, I'm sorry if I bothered you last night, but if there are 3 men being held here, then the public has a right to know. Why won't you comment, Mrs. Barry? Because you have received a directive from the department? All right, Ron, forget it.
Precisely how much do you know, Mr. Miller?
Well, not as much as I'd like to, but my sources are pretty reliable. Look, why don't we make a deal? I'll tell you what I know if you tell me what you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not in a position to do that.
I don't want to tread on anyone's toes, Mrs. Barry. I appreciate all the cooperation I was given over that dance marathon, but by the same token, I won't be fobbed off. Look, I think it's in everyone's interest if I know all the facts before I put this to air. And it is going to air, Mrs. Barry.
I've been in touch with Mr. Colby about your involvement in this. He'll be here in about 15 minutes.
Well, you won't mind us waiting around until then?
You can wait in my office. No cameras. Just you.
Good on you. Hang on a tick. I'll just let Ron know.
What's this then? We having fortune cookies for lunch or something?
Just a bit of paper I found in the bin.
You seem very interested in a piece of paper from the rubbish bin. Come on, what is it?
I've been writing notes to the blokes in solitary and they've been writing back. Put the notes in the food. It's just a bit of fun.
Pretty hot stuff.
It's all right.
Who's the bird with the long legs and the stunning red hair?
Me. Well, it's just a bit of fun.
Yeah, and what happens when he finds out you're 5'0" with a yellow bird's nest on top of your head?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's got a sense of humour.
Yeah, and maybe he hasn't. Come on, Bobby. Use your brains. You don't know what he's in for. He might be a 5-star rapist.
I doubt it.
Yeah, well, he's not a minister's son, is he? You make sure this doesn't go too far. I mean it, Bobby. Don't get into something that you can't handle.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know what you're worried about, Mrs. Barry. I'm not going to tell him that you said anything. You didn't have to. I was up half the night chasing up contacts.
Just tell me what you know.
Well, there was an attempted mass escape at Woodridge. 3 blokes managed to get in the way of it. I assume they're the same 3 blokes who are being held here.
Is that all?
Until you tell me the rest of it. Same 3 men?
Look, what I said before was true. Those men's lives are in danger.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Of course they are. The men who organised the escape have got friends on the outside, and now you intend telling them exactly where they can be found.
Oh, it's awkward, I know, but the way I see it is it would be irresponsible of me not to put this to air. The public has a right to know that there was very nearly a mass escape of dangerous criminals. It's embarrassing for the department, but I can't help that.
Yes?
Boss has just driven through the gates, Mrs. Barry.
Thanks, Lind. Just a minute. Bye. Well, would you wait in reception, please, Mr. Miller? If Mr. Colby wants to see you, I
no
shall...
dice, Mrs. Barry. No, I know he doesn't want to speak to me, but I want to speak to him.
Hey, Kelly. This thing's hanging apart at the seams. How about when I ask you to fix something, you fix it?
Sorry, sweetheart. Didn't know it meant that much to you.
TV bloke? Seen him yet?
No, I reckon we can forget it.
No way. This thing's going to be blown sky high by lunchtime.
There, you happy now?
Whoa!
Take it easy.
Guess what?
Well, it's not even quite a full yet.
Guess what? I just saw Mrs. Barry with that reporter person that was here during the marathon.
Are you sure?
Yeah, and that Miller guy or whatever his name was. What do you reckon that's all about?
Oh, gosh, I hope they're not going to film us. My hair's a mess
I
today.
wouldn't worry about that now. You think it's about the kidnapping?
It'd have to be. No other reason why they'd visit this dump.
Yeah, well, look, I'm hurrying off to the staff room, see if I can pick up some more gossip, okay? I'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
So, Mrs. Barry, if we could have some...
Sorry, Mr. Colby, but if all this is true, I don't see why it shouldn't be reported.
I wouldn't expect you to. Now I have to talk to Mrs. Barry. Could we have an officer show Mr. Miller
I'm not
out?
going anywhere until you answer a few questions for me, Mr. Colby.
I'm not answering any questions at this
Well,
stage.
according to my sources, these men are being held in your isolation wing. They're not being allowed to exercise, and they're not being allowed to work. Is that true?
Look, these men are here for their own protection. We're doing them a favor, damn it.
Well, it sounds to me as though your department's never heard of the Human Rights Bill. Every person has the right to work, and no person shall be subjected to cruel and inhumane punishment. I reckon there'd be a few people out there would say that this was cruel and inhumane punishment, wouldn't you?
Did I say they weren't allowed to work?
So, my information's wrong?
Inaccurate. Of course they'll be allowed to work, won't they, Mrs. Barry?
Oh, it's been difficult to know just exactly what to do. If the men had have appeared on the scene without any explanation, it would have been very difficult, and I don't know what
It would have caused an upset. So you see, you have the wrong end of the stick, Miller.
Apparently so. Well, then, in that case, you won't mind answering a few questions for the camera.
No, absolutely not. There's absolutely nothing for the public to be concerned about.
Well, all you have to do is tell them that. I wouldn't want to inadvertently misquote you or anything.
All right, wait for me outside. I hold you responsible for this, Barry. I realize you're only acting governor, but I would at least have expected you to be able to keep confidential information confidential. This will not look good on your record.
Send Louise Kelly to my office. Immediately, please.
Oh, come on, Pat. If your face was any longer, your chin will be on the ground. Give us a smile, for heaven's sake.
How's that?
Horrible, horrible. I think I prefer you gloomy. What are you writing?
None of your business. So get stuck.
What was that, Mitchell?
We were just comparing chicken stuffings. You know, Bobby adds some cardamom in hers. Have you ever heard something like that before?
I wouldn't know, Mr. Proctor. I prefer to leave the cooking to the women.
Oh.
You'll never make an electrician with that sort of coordination, Mitchell. Now clean that mess up.
Tell the boys that I'm making a little cake for their afternoon tea. I hope they'll like it. Thought that would get rid of him.
Now, I saw that. Cut out the note writing during working hours, or we all cop it.
Shut up. It could happen to anybody.
Kelly, there is no point in lying. I know you tried to put a call through to a television station.
Just wanted to tell them how much I enjoyed a show that was on the other night.
Phone calls to the media are forbidden, and you know it.
Yeah, I forgot.
No, Kelly, I won't accept that.
Well, you'll have to, because it's true. Look, I made a boo-boo, okay? Didn't you ever make an honest mistake, Mrs. Barry?
I haven't got time to waste on this. Perhaps some time in solitary will improve your memory.
I should have cut your throat when you had the chance.
Oh, sorry, Mrs. Barry. Take her to solitary. 24 hours on the charge is assault.
I'll get you, Barry. I'll bloody get you.
Get her out!
Well, seems like you blokes qualify for something called a Human Rights Bill. And for some reason or other, this bill says the department shouldn't keep you cooped up in here. So you're going to be working out in the gardens.
Not before bloody time.
Keep yourself nice, McRae.
What'll we be doing?
Well, let's put it this way, Sonny. We're not sending you out there for fun and games.
The country girl's gonna feel right at home out there with all that cow dung.
I'll be there to make sure none of you feel at home, Burke. And you know how good I am at that, don't you?
Bugger it! I'd rather be stuck inside than out there with that bastard. Even Pretty Boy's better than that screw.
I warn you, Frank. Lay off of him.
Give us a kiss, darling.
Leave it, Chief. It doesn't bother me.
I'm telling you this much, this damn beetle of
He's
mine...
not a beetle. His name is Robert, and he's a cockroach.
Whatever. Anyway, it's the best in the Southern Hemisphere, and I reckon Bobby better bring back a few decent food scraps from the kitchen.
Yeah, for the roach or you?
Get lost!
Feeling a bit frisky, are we, Warren?
Oh, no, just mucking around, Miss Ferguson.
Well, suppose you muck around and do some work for a change. Come on, Mason, you've got a visitor.
Oh, Miss Ferguson, who?
You will find out. Now, come on, I haven't got all day.
Great. As if we're not short-handed enough as it is.
Yeah, where's Lou? She's been gone for ages.
Well, I have a feeling that Lou is mixed up in something she shouldn't be.
Like what?
Well, she's a pill popper, isn't she? Work it out for yourselves.
A 5-year-old kid could do better than that. Thought you were from the country.
I'm out of practice. That's all.
Oh, then I can stop worrying, can I? What's the matter with you, Burke? What's your excuse? You want someone to hold your hand, too? Use it, Delaney. Don't lean on it. On your feet.
Think you can do with the rest, Murphy?
I think your mouth could do with a rest, McRae. Now, do you want to do as you're told or get back inside?
He might drop dead if you're not careful. Just like young Kevin Nielsen. You wouldn't want that to happen, would you? Second time might be a bit hard to explain.
Take a smoke out. Who are you trying to impress?
Daddy! Oh, I knew you'd come. I just knew it.
Oh, my little Sandra. Just the same, eh?
Mason!
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. We're not allowed to do that sort of thing. It's what they call excessive physical contact. Now, isn't that stupid?
No. Quite understand, quite understand. Sit down, my dear. Hmm? Oh, my little pixie. I've missed you so much.
I know. It's been a dreadfully long time, hasn't it?
Oh, don't, my child. I know,
But
I
I
know.
knew you'd come back. I always knew that. But I always thought you'd have Mummy with you when you did.
Oh, well, no. That's not quite possible. But I have brought someone to meet you. Someone I'm sure you're going to be great friends with. Come on.
Hi, I'm Susie. Your father's told me so much about you.
Daddy, is Susie working for you?
No, my child, no. Susie is my friend.
You mean she's your girlfriend, don't you? Oh, this is terrible.
But didn't your mother explain it to you? Well, she said she would.
Of course she did, but I just wouldn't believe her.
Somewhere I can put all this?
Don't tempt me, McRae. There's a compost heap over there.
No, it's no good. Most of this stuff's no good for mulching.
Look, don't give me a lecture. Just do it.
Look, the weeds are going to seed. If you mulch them, you'll only be planting more weeds.
Really? Well, I never knew that.
All I'm saying is they won't break down.
We'll put the stuff that won't in with the rubbish.
Oh, come on. That'll take forever.
I don't think so. Later. There's a plot over there I want dug before lunch.
Child, I don't believe you're even trying to understand.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Daddy. I mean, how can you possibly expect me to be happy about this? I mean, it's not natural.
Love? Love is the most natural thing in the world. My child, you yourself have been married several times. You've even been married to several people at the same time. Now, did I condemn you for that?
That was an entirely different situation.
Well, I think you of all people should be tolerant of our situation. We're not breaking the law, you know.
Well, I think you're behaving very oddly, Daddy. I mean, for one thing, she's barely older than I am.
Her name is Susie.
How could you leave Mummy like that, Daddy? She's devoted her whole life to you. All those guild meetings, the flower ladies and things, and she's never said one word against you.
Yes, well, perhaps she should have. I know it hasn't been the happiest life in the world. But I think it's better to find out these things later than not at all, don't you?
So you just toss her aside like one of life's cast-offs?
No.
I'm sorry, Daddy. I'm just too angry to talk about this.
Pixie! Now, I firmly believe that God meant for Susie and I to be together. Now, it's not something I've taken on lightly, and it's very important to me that you try to understand.
Well, I understand that you're suffering from some sort of middle-aged dilemma, and I don't want to talk to you again until you get over it.
Pixie!
I'm sorry, Daddy, but you're nothing but an adulterer.
Bagger, stupid bloody things!
Okay, calm down, calm down. It's not priceless bone china.
I can't even do the simplest bloody thing.
You will cool it, love. Keep acting like this and accidents are bound to
Back
happen.
off, I can do my own dirty work.
Sorry, just trying to help.
Don't you ever know when to butt out? It's just something Sister Hall gave me for me nerves.
Yeah, pull the other one, Bobby.
I don't care what you believe, Myra.
What are they, uppers, downers?
Just a bit of speed. I need it, Myra. I can't get through the day without something to pick me up. I can't hack this place.
And you think these are going to help? Where did you get them?
None of your bloody business.
Now look, you know as well as I do where these lead. It's a dead-end street,
Shut up,
Bobby.
Myra. I'm not your bloody daughter.
I thought I made it very clear, especially to you, that there's going to be no dope in here.
So what are you going to do, bash me up again? Oh, yeah, that'd be your style, wouldn't it? Stop bloody bashing us and hassling us. You might even bloody find time to help us. You ever think of that?
Bills.
Rack off, they cost me.
G'day. How's it going?
Some days are worse than others.
Hard to tell which is which, though. Yeah, I suppose you know, but we're from Woodridge. Tell you what, you're a sight for sore eyes. Been a long time since I've seen a female. Well, I guess you're not Bobby.
Oh? How do you guess that?
Yeah, well, you know, you don't quite fit the description.
Red hair, long legs and beautiful. No, I don't, do I?
Hell, that didn't come out too good. Look, I didn't mean...
Look, I know exactly what you mean. So cut the little boy act, will you? If you want to chat someone up, try one of the screws.
Wait a minute. Look, I'm sorry if I put my foot in, but I was just trying to be friendly. Hey, thanks for making a stranger welcome.
Mr. Colby, nice of you to drop by.
Seems the least I could do. These are from the department. I ordered them myself.
They're lovely. Thank you.
Well, they tell me you'll be out in a couple of days.
Thank heavens, I've never been much of a one for hospitals.
Dismal places, full of sick people. So, it seems there's no real harm done.
I doubt whether Meg Morris would agree with you.
Yeah, a bit of good luck not having to pay that ransom money. Would have set the department back a bit.
Indeed, and we couldn't have that, could we?
I must confess, Anne, the main reason I'm here today is to see if there's any chance of being back at work by the end of the week. Oh, well, not the main reason,
I'll
of
be
course.
back as soon as possible. But I feel perfectly confident with Joyce Barry standing in for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't be if I were you. She's not up to the job, not up to the pressures. Yes. Why, you've heard about these men from Woodridge, I suppose.
I have.
Should never have got into the press. Bad business. It seems that woman handled it badly.
I disagree. In my experience, if you try to keep something from the press, the more likely they are to find out about it.
You don't mean to tell me you support her in
I
this?
certainly do. A little support for one's colleagues and employees goes a long way. Like Meg Morris, for instance. She's not very well, just in case you were thinking of asking.
Yeah, well, of course I was going to, but... Well, my first thought was to see how you were.
And to find out when I was returning to work. No, you won't mind if I just pop in to see her, will you? Goodbye, Mr. Colby. Thank you for coming in.
I mean, the nerve. To bring her here like that in broad daylight, it's just not right.
Well, they couldn't very well bring her here at night time.
Oh, that's not the point, Jude, and you know it. My father is a man of God. He shouldn't be behaving like that.
Oh, come on, Pix. It's only human. I mean, it's not as if he was a Catholic priest or anything. Then you really would have problems.
She wouldn't be here if he was a Catholic priest.
That was my point. Oh, can we change the subject? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Hey, have you talked to the girls about the rec room idea yet?
Oh, I've been thinking about that, Jude. I don't think it's such a good idea.
Go on.
Okay, you tell.
Hey, girls. Sam here's had a great idea. Why don't we paint a big mural on the rec room walls?
Who's Muriel?
Oh, yeah.
Don't like your chances, Sam. Only con artists around here.
Oh. Yeah, they couldn't even draw a straight line, let alone a picture.
Well, that doesn't matter. As long as we've got our own paintbrushes and, you know, did our own thing. Well, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Hey, I could do a painting of one of my weddings.
Well, with all of your weddings, we'd need more wall than the rec room.
Hey, wait a minute. What happens when other people start painting over other people's bits? I mean, you could have World War III on your hands.
Well, not if we're all given our own bit of wall. Anyway, we can all combine 2 or 3 women to one panel.
Sounds like a great excuse to make a mess to me. I'll be in it. Probably count Myra out, that. Sounds too much like good fun to her. I didn't mean that the way it sounded.
Colby? What did he want? Basically just to make sure that I go straight from the hospital to my office when I get discharged.
That'd be right. I'm surprised he didn't bring in work for you to do.
I doubt whether even Colby could be that tactless. Shall I call a nurse?
Yeah. I'd have thought Phil would have been in to see me by now.
I dare say he's just waiting until you feel better. Those flowers from the women are really beautiful. Should have seen what Colby brought, more like a wreath.
He hasn't even phoned. There've been no messages, no card, nothing.
Give it time, Meg.
Give what time? What's wrong? Anne, what is it? What aren't you telling me?
I didn't want to. Not till you felt better. Phil tried to help us.
Yeah?
I'm sorry, Meg. He's dead. Low killed him.
Place is going to the pack and I'm not far behind it.
Have a rough day in the kitchen. Here you go.
Sorry.
You're right.
I caught Bobby with some uppers today. Do you know someone's peddling drugs around the prison?
Who do you think it is?
Kelly, who else?
Yeah, wouldn't put anything past that bitch. What are you going to do about it?
Can't do a damn thing until I can prove it. I came within an inch of bashing the living daylights out of Bobby again.
You want to talk about it?
I just don't know what's happening to me. I don't seem to be able to handle these women anymore.
Here, well, you want some advice?
Yeah, like what?
If you ask me, you're too easy on them. They want a top dog, but they don't want a top dog telling them what to do. It's bloody ridiculous.
Oh, well, I'm glad someone else sees it that way. Surprised at you, though. I would have thought you'd hate my guts after everything I've done to you.
All heart, that's me.
I think I'm too old for the job. The only thanks I ever get is kicks in the teeth.
Now listen, they respect you, and they want you to be boss. They're like kids. You come down a bit heavier on them, and they'll respect you.
I would have thought I've been too heavy on them.
No way. You're doing all right. You want some help? I'll stand by you.
You mean that?
Wouldn't waste my time saying it if I didn't.
Would I like to have a go at this Bobby chick or what?
Well, if she's anything like the one that I saw this afternoon, forget it.
The way I'm feeling, bald and ugly, it'd do just fine.
Yeah, the one I saw would have your guts for garters and spit out the rest.
Oh, not Bobby. This one's a goer.
Now, what are you writing, War and Peace? Doesn't matter. Who are you writing to?
Well, trying to write to Mum and Dad, but not having much luck.
Why bother? You got your old dad, Jeff, to look after you.
Well, you've never had trouble before thinking of things to tell them?
I know, but in this one I want to, well, I don't know. Tell them how I feel.
Try telling me how you feel. Might help.
I feel like we've been stuck up here and forgotten about by everyone. I can't tell them that.
Why not? All right, then. You tell them that you have been sent to a secret paradise where you lounge around the garden all day and there's 100 women for every man.
I guess that's one way of looking at it.
There's tons of ways of looking at things. Come on, I'll give you a hand.
Thought you were on dining room duty.
I've just been giving the kids a handyman class. Gets me out of it.
Still wasting your time on that?
I don't know. Mitchell seems to be getting something out of it. In fact, I think the kid's got quite a future as an electrician.
What's all this about, Murphy? The daughter you never had?
Well, I'll tell you. As far as I'm concerned, she's got two things against her. She's female and she's a crim. That's a bad start. But if anyone can do anything with her, it's me.
So, it's just a big ego trip, eh? Oh, come on, Murphy. You really think she can make good?
Certain of it.
Yeah, so is Phil Cleary and Dennis Crookshank and Rick Manning. All men. Funny, that. Come on, Murphy. There's got to be more to it than that.
Well, it wouldn't do my career any harm if the department found out I put the kid on the right track, would it? I'm going to be recommending her for an apprenticeship.
Well, you can forget that for starters. She'll get work release over my dead body.
Okay, there's a change in lane. I've got you two down for the fifth race, okay? Yeah.
Oh, hey, come on, will you? I want to win this bloody thing. Pick up your dough.
Shut up, Lurch. These things take a bit of organisation, all right?
He's only a little bugger, Jude.
How many legs is he supposed to have?
I think he's supposed to have more legs than he's actually got.
Can he walk?
Yeah, sort of. Hey, anyone seen Myra? No, thanks. We're having fun.
Hey, give it a rest. What's she ever done to hurt you?
Okay, Bob, where's the champ?
Can't you look after your own bloody roach? Hey, what's that on his back?
Oh, it's Early Morning Rose. It's one of my favourites.
It's just a bit of nail polish so we can tell the difference between him and the other one. And Robert Roach is coming to the barrier in his familiar colours of puffed up hair.
That's enough. Can we just cut the cackle and get on with it? Okay, first heat of the Wentworth Great Cockroach Derby is now on. My roach against Lurch's. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, last bets, ladies. Time's up. Let him loose.
Come on.
champ. Okay, pay up, everybody.
Hey, Chef, what do you reckon they'll be wanting us to plant?
Oh, usual stuff, I suppose. Peas, beans, tomatoes.
Yeah, no, that's what I put in the letter.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. I don't think we're going to be here to eat much of it.
Quits know what they're going to do with us. I reckon they're going to keep moving us around till they lose us someplace.
I don't give a stuff what they do with us.
Doesn't hurt to show a little interest. Keeps the mind occupied, if nothing else.
My mind's occupied, all right. It's busy, thinking about all that skirt a couple of 100 yards away.
Wasting your time, Frank. No way the screws will ever let you touch them. Anyway, it's not bothering me.
Isn't it, darling?
Listen, Frank. I like women just as much as the next bloke does. Okay?
I'm not talking about liking them, sweetheart. I'm talking about bedding them. Why don't you stick that in your letter? Ask Mummy what it's all about, huh?
Bastard, I'll get you for this, Frank!
What are you gonna do, darling?
Listen, you stupid bastard, shut up!
You'll have the screws in.
I was 3 hours writing that letter!
What do you not think you're doing?
Oh, you stupid bloody fool!
Yeah, that's how I got him. What do you mean? Hey, here's Mr. Colby. Let's hear what he has to say. Hey.
However, to claim that the men are being denied their human rights is quite false.
Does that mean that the men are being allowed to work, Mr. Colby?
Naturally, a departmental directive was issued prior to your contacting me. As a matter of fact, they are working in the gardens today.
Thank you, Mr. Colby. This is Bob Miller, outside
Well, how about that then, huh?
Yeah, Blake's around the joint. What a difference, eh? Yeah, it's pity there's only 3 to go around, but...
I would have to draw straws or something.
I don't know why you're all getting so excited. I've already seen one of them. It's nothing to write home about.
Fun to have around, isn't it? It's not like the one I saw.
I've got something to say. If I could have your attention for a few minutes. Someone in here is dealing in drugs. Now, I know who it is, and I'll deal with her later. I just want to tell you that anyone caught with the stuff is going to get very much the same sort of treatment.
Oh, look, why don't you just lay off? Nobody's asking you to take the bloody stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Mind your own business.
So you're one of Kelly's customers too, are you?
Myra, does it really matter? I mean, Lou's already in solitary, so...
What?
Yeah, I was going to tell you to put her in there this afternoon.
Drugs?
Oh, I guess so.
Why the bloody hell didn't you tell me? Ah, forget it. I don't know why I bother.
Oh, Myra, don't be cross. We knew you had a lot on your mind, and we didn't want to upset you.
Well, you'll be glad to know if that's the case. I'm stepping down as top dog.
What? Myra, you can't do that.
And my last job as top dog is to name my successor. They're all yours.
Well, anybody got any complaints?